What's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And wow, as you just saw, 33 days out from the Arnold Classic in this very video, doing a chest workout. And of course, we're warming up with just the bar. I just wanted to show you. I'm showing you most sets today, so that you have an idea of exactly what I do during a chest workout. So this is a second actual set, but I call it still a warm-up. It's still 15 to 20 reps, really making sure that one of the most dangerous exercises here is properly worked in. So the chest, the triceps, the shoulders are all warmed up and filled with the necessary blood. And I'm working out with my dad, and it's very nice to have a spotter during a chest workout. Normally I won't be able to do the bench press if I do it alone, of course, because it simply is too dangerous. And the thing about it is, if you want to go, if you do the bench press alone, you always skip those last few reps, which do make all the difference. If you continuously don't do those last few reps, which you need a spotter for, you will simply not make the progress you could have made if you had a spotter and be confident enough to hit those few reps to failure. That's what you really should do. So every set right now, every next set will be about 30 kilograms heavier, so place of 15 on each side, increments heavier. So this is 110 kilograms. I like to stay around 10 to 12 reps when it gets to this weight. And now we're getting to a more serious weight, only with increments of 10 kilograms on each side. And we're going for 10 reps here. But I want you to watch this, because you can see that the control on the way down is there. And that's the way down part is what a lot of people forget. But that is what brought me the most chest development when doing the bench press. And every time I go a little heavier, but I make sure that the path, the range of motion of the bar, and the speed that I'm doing the exercise with remains the same. So not too explosive, not dropping the bar down, just controlling the bar. And if you do this consistently, year after year, month after month, you will actually gain a lot more strength than if you would cheat on the range of motion or the speed of it. And then this is a very interesting set number 5 with a very heavy weight. And this is exactly why I mentioned having a spotter at the beginning is so important, because now we are doing negative reps. As you can see, I can easily control the weight on the negative rep, because that's when the muscle is the strongest. But I need someone to force the weight up, and those are forced positive reps. And I'm already doing a couple of reps here that I would not have been able to do without a spotter, and that just feels amazing to be able to go down slowly like that, damaging the muscles the most, and then having a great spotter like your dad help you with the weight up. So I really, try that out, guys. If you have a spotter, a strong spotter, do a slightly heavier weight if you feel confident enough. If you feel strong, then go down on the negative slowly and let the spotter help you on the positive motion. And this is actually me doing some stretching in between every single set. I really like to stretch the chest out, because the bench press is, as you saw, with normal reps. Not going really much above 10 reps there, especially in the last few sets, getting the strength portion of the workout done, and now the blood portion of the workout is getting done, really filling those muscles with those nutrient dense and oxygen dense blood. And why are we doing this? To get a pump, to fill up the muscles, to swell the muscle cells, and to actually burn a little more fat in the process as we are prepping for the Arnold Classic. So I'm doing 4 sets of 20 reps right here, and trust me, after having done the last set of those bench presses, my strength on this exercise is much lower. Because if it wasn't lower, I wouldn't have given it my all at the bench press. So just remember, if the second exercise is still pretty easy, if you're still very strong there, you didn't give it your all on the first exercise. So here, with 20 reps, it is very difficult to actually hit all those reps with a slightly, light weight, in my opinion, but it felt quite heavy after hitting 12 or 13 reps. Then I still had to complete more than 5 reps. That definitely felt heavy. Here you can see me stretching again, and you can see that this is an optimal, well, not an optimal stretch, but it is a good stretch. As you can see, the muscle fibers in the chest firing, stretching out. Of course, there's a better way to stretch the chest, but this is the most practical way for me right now. Alright guys, right now we're doing the chest press. It's the third exercise of the day, of a chest day obviously. This time we started with the bench press first. We did heavy sets there, around 10 to 12 reps each time. And then the rest of the exercises we will do around 20 reps. So first get progressive overload out of the way. Really use a heavy weight to target those deeper muscle fibers. And since we are in prep, really close to the show now, less than 5 weeks out, we are then really getting a good pump in the chest. Right now the carbs are very low, so getting any pump at all is very nice to have during the workout. So first, the heavy bench press, get that out of the way, break down those muscle fibers, and then feed the muscle with blood by getting a pump with all the other exercises, targeting it from all different angles, which is what bodybuilding is all about. So let's do the second set of these chest presses. Whew. So yes, this is an amazing exercise, the hammer strength chest press. And by the way, for you guys who don't know yet, the gym that I'm training at is owned by my girlfriend officially, and I invested in it with a lot of machines together with her. And every time that we miss something that we want in the gym while working out, I'm like, well, I'm missing a chest press here. After doing only bench presses and dumbbell presses, I simply missed a chest press. So guess what? We bought one. And that's the amazing thing about having your own gym. But anyway, as you can see, I'm doing again 4 sets of 20 reps. A hammer grip chest press. Really feels amazing. Make sure that the chest press that you do has a full range of motion and has converging handles, and that means that the handles go inwards as you press, and this mimics the natural motion of the chest because they don't only press forward but forward and inwards across. And then you also target the chest fibers in the middle, which a lot of people always worry about. Alright guys, we just did 2 exercises as just mentioned. We both did them with a neutral grip like this, but now we're doing the chest press, and you also here have the option to grab it like this or to have a hammer grip. And we're choosing the hammer grip right now because it's a different way of grabbing the bar or, you know, the handle, because then you're able to squeeze the chest a lot better, because otherwise you would almost be mimicking the dumbbell press which we already did. So to target the chest from a different angle, we're choosing the hammer grip here, so that we simply hit the chest from a different position, different muscle fibers, and a better squeeze in the chest. So that's what you always should remember if you're doing 3 to 4 exercises of chest. If you always have the same grip, you might have more benefit grabbing it in a different way. So let's do this final killing set of this chest press. Whew. So yes, I'm doing this chest press in the hammer grip variation. As you can see, you can hit it with a pronated grip as well if you wanted. But as you already did the dumbbell press and the bench press, which all had the same grip, you want to hit the muscle from a slightly different way, a slightly different angle, and that's when you use a hammer grip, which changes the way that you are able to squeeze the muscle. And that's exactly what you want, hitting it from as many different angles as possible. Right guys, the next exercise will be the cable flies. And during the cable flies compared to the dumbbell flies, there's a benefit that you can see both the stretch but also the contraction. So both parts of the movement you can do optimally. So that's why I'm not wearing a tank top right now, to show you exactly what happens during the stretch and during the contraction of the movement, so you can see the difference with a regular dumbbell fly. So let's do these cable flies first. As I mentioned at the beginning, I am 33 days out from the Arnold Classic here, and I have to say I'm quite happy with the conditioning that I am in right now, and that's also part of the reason that I'm doing slightly higher reps, because I noticed that I lose fullness in the legs a lot easier than in the upper body. I mean, I always will get a good pump in the chest, in the arms, in the back, and the shoulders, that's no problem for me. So genetically, I am superior in the upper body compared to the legs, which is why I like to now hit slightly a higher volume on the upper body to burn a little bit more, fat in general, because the heart rate does go up by doing more reps, getting more blood in the muscle. And for me, that's still, I always train high volume, so it's not a very different style of training that I'm used to. But what I did for the previous contests is do a lot more cardio on the bike, like every single day for at least an hour on quite high resistance. And I noticed that all the muscle and the fullness that I built up in the legs was getting smaller towards the end of the prep. So what I'm doing now is a little less cardio on the bike itself, but more calorie burning during the workouts itself. And that combination has brought me to this conditioning right now. And you guys know that if you watch my videos, if you follow me, at the Olympia, they said that my shape itself was good, but I needed to be more shredded. And I've told you guys numerous times that is what I will be focusing on this Arnold Classic. And I hope that you guys agree that the conditioning that I'm showing right here is for 33 days out, is where it should be. And of course, this is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to what you will see on stage. So this is, I feel very good, I feel energized, I feel motivated, and I just want to thank all of you guys for all the support, because that really does help in getting me through all these workouts for sure. But anyway, these are the cable flies. Very good in terms of stretching the chest muscles and contracting. And again here, if you don't hit those 20 reps or 10 reps or 15 reps, whatever you have in mind, get a spotter who can help you complete the range of motion without cheating on your form the correct way beyond failure for that incredible pump. Alright guys, this is the final chest exercise. This won't be structured reps, it's just going to be as many reps as possible. This is a finishing exercise, so since it's the two of us training, I'm going to first do as many reps as possible, then my dad, then me, then my dad, until we both hit 3 sets. And every set you will see that we hit less and less reps. And that's going to be what this exercise is all about, really finishing off that chest. So let's begin. Now, I really love to finish off a chest workout, at least the chest portion of the workout, with body weight dips. It's an old school exercise, of course, made famous by a lot of bodybuilders, but in my mind, I always envisioned Arnold doing them because his chest was simply the greatest of the golden era. And obviously, that's what I want to achieve as well. And this chest exercise really works the lower chest the most, as we didn't work that specifically yet. We always work either the complete chest or the upper chest, but rarely the lower chest. You can do this by either doing a decline movement or a bodyweight dip at the end, and we are going to failure every single time here to make sure we finish off that chest completely. And as you can see, my range of motion goes a little bit below 90 degrees with my arms to make sure the stretch is optimal there. And by the way, the t-shirt my dad is wearing is a new one, available on vintagegenetics.com. I really like it myself. It's quite oversized and a loose fit. And the dropped armhole tank top I'm wearing is also a new one. As you can see, a very light material, which I really like to work out in, because when you're doing workouts like this, you tend to get really hot, sometimes sweat a lot, especially during the heavy back workouts. And then having a tank top like this really does help bring out all those details and make you feel a lot more comfortable. And I simply like the drop armholes because it shows more off of your physique, and it's simply more comfortable, in my opinion. But anyway, that is available on the website vintagegenetics.com. And now it is time for some triceps. The best tricep exercise that I can do for myself, and a lot of you can do as well, is this version of the French press. You've seen me doing it a lot lately. Pretty much every single time that I train the triceps, you see me do this exercise. And if you look closely, you can see that my upper arms aren't staying still. They aren't in position as most people who do the skull crushers, for example. The upper arms, they don't move, but the whole point of getting big triceps, is using the full utilization of the long head of the triceps. And if you watch closely during some of the reps, you can see that the more I stretch down with the upper arms, the more you can actually see detail in the tricep, especially the long head connecting into the armpit right there. And that is what you want to work. That is what you want to stretch when working those triceps. So pretty much every single time I train triceps, I start out with that variation of the French press, stretching out the triceps to the max and then contracting, squeezing it, keeping the tension on there for sure to get a good pump, but especially a very nice stretch in that long head, which you otherwise would not be able to achieve. And then after having done that exercise, I like to do a unilateral exercise for the triceps, an underhand tricep extension. And we're actually using the try-on grips. They're from Spain actually, and I purchased them for the gym because they have very ergonomic handles, which basically means that you can hold them very comfortably in your hands. They basically fall right into your fingers, allowing you to focus on the muscle a lot more compared to gripping the bar or gripping the handle. You focus purely on contracting the muscle that you need to contract. But this unilateral way of doing this exercise means that you can start out with the weaker tricep, for me, the left side, and then finishing off with the stronger tricep. If you want to work on unbalances, on disbalanced proportions in your body, you always have to start with the weaker or smaller part first, and then match the reps with the stronger or bigger part so they can actually match in size eventually. Because if you go higher in reps with the stronger one, they will never be the same size as the weaker one, so keep that in mind. And this also works the long head, but as you can see when contracting, the short head as well. Alright guys, that was the workout of today. An awesome chest and triceps workout with my dad. It's always nice to work out with two people, because as you can see, I had a lot of spotting work during the last few sets, during the last few reps, enabling me to go past failure in a safe way. So if you can get a good workout partner, definitely do, especially during contest prep when injury is around the corner. I'm less than 5 weeks out from the Arnold Classic right now. I'm very content with the conditioning, with how everything is going. Even with the strength in the gym, it's still where it should be. The weight is still a little bit above the maximum weight I'm allowed to weigh on stage, but with a little less than 5 weeks to go, I am very positive we will get below that weight once we are overseas in Ohio, Columbus in America. Anyway guys, I want to thank you for watching this chest and tricep workout, and don't forget to stay gorgeous.